I'm Vin.
I'm sorry.
If you would like to get your song reviewed, dear listener, there's the filthy capitalist option. As Sori says, $125 gets you straight to the head of the line. You don't have to be a part of the alliance. You don't have to be part of the group.
Wait a minute.
And the biggest thing is you don't have to wait. You hop, skip, and jump right in front of everybody. $125 gets you there. You do that 3 times, and then get mashed down to the $75 rate for perpetuity.
Yes!
Also, there is a band review option. So if you've got a band and you're trying to get your band some exposure, hit me up at villageXchange@gmail.com, and I'll show you the details about how to pull that off.
You can also jump on Patreon, and there is a option on the tiers to be able to get your band reviewed. Yep. Obviously, we can't lie to you, so we can't guarantee a positive review. Get what you get.
It's just rubbish.
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 That's British for garbage.
My favorite is the community option. $1 at the gate gets you in at Patreon. You get to join an alliance. The alliance joins their points together, and that helps determine what songs that we do.
The alliances hang out on Discord.
Message me on Patreon to get the link.
And they do all kinds of other cool things. They do Minecraft, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. It's really a community within the community. Anybody can go into Village, Facebook.com/Vin and Sori. There's 160,000+ people on the channel. What's cool about the Discord is that it offers a real opportunity for community connection, friendship, that type of thing.
And it's on Discord, so if you're not a Facebook person, it's for you.
You start off at $1.
Right.
Plus you get exclusives. Sori and I are working on a song. So the first 15 seconds of that was on Patreon. Also, at $15 tier and above, when we actually debut the video, they're going to be there live with us. There you are, dear listener.
Buy our merch.
Buy our merch indeed. Shall lead them.
To buy our merch.
Wow.
It's just hard to wait.
Becky in the house.
Oh, what's up, Becky? I was thinking about you today.
You guys talking about Dino Cazares?
Hope everything is going good with you guys.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have next on our list, the DJ tonight is DJ Nick.
There
Don't
you
forget
go,
it.
right there,
here
DJ
he is.
Nick.
Yep, right here. He's hanging out with moi tonight. Me. Hello. Hello, Nick.
Here we go.
Okay. So, well, you wanted to cover me, so you get what you get.
Yeah.
All right, Crystal Lake, Disobey. Which is okay. I have to say this. This is not Nick's intro, but Nick doesn't have an intro, so I'm going to give it one. So when me and my ex it was really going down. It was not going well at all. He decided to buy a sweatshirt that said "Obey" on it. Now Vinny was there with him. Vinny was like,
"I said, don't do it.
That's not a good play. Don't do that."
I said, don't do it.
I saw him rolling around with this sweatshirt. And I was like, the fuck? Of course, I didn't curse at that time, but I was thinking that.
I said,
in my
this
head.
man, I said, he wants out. I said, he wants out. He wants out. He's done.
So anyway, I thought of that when I saw this.
He's not even trying anymore.
He's not even Obey. That's
But you
it.
know what? Now he's single.
Yep.
Okay,
All right.
guys. This
Crystal Lake and Disobey.
Soraya's favorite song, Disobey, Crystal Lake. Isn't that Crystal Lake? Isn't that where what's his face, Jason? He died in Crystal Lake or whatever.
I don't know.
You know,
Babe, I never saw any of that. I literally don't know any of those stories.
Yeah. They really did a good job in molding you guys into good human beings. Here we go. Crystal Lake, Disobey. Let's go, DJ Nick Stream. Go.
The fuck?
Yes, Pinky.
No.
Gang, gang, gang. Spooky.
Rah! Yeah, but
I wish they
I
would have.
scared you last night. Good.
I wish they would have had more thingamajiggy.
More length? This
Well,
is
like
great.
ended it with a little breakdown or whatever.
This is absolutely great.
Sorry, your ex was an Obama supporter. No, he wasn't. He hated Obama. And everybody liked him. Oh, sorry, man. Not sorry. Hey, Schmizokes, this was a badass song, bro. This is a badass song. It's like, who do you serve or whatever? And I was like, God, or whatever.
I saw you
And then he's
point
like,
out.
these people aren't God. I'm like, yes, okay. Hey, we're on the same team. Let's do it.
Yep.
Crystal Lake.
It reminded me of
Disobey.
when you pointed up. It reminded me we were at a concert that time, and like, I don't know, was it Behemoth? He said to say something, and then you yelled
He
Jesus
said,
or something.
He said, Hail
Yeah,
Satan.
yeah, that's
I said, fuck that, hail Jesus.
fuck that, hail Jesus.
I don't care. I ain't no bitch. I'm representing.
I know. I was like, oh, okay.
We men over here, boy.
Sometimes, like, especially when I was at the first few concerts, I couldn't experience them because I was too busy observing them.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like looking at all the people. I'm like, look at all these people jumping around, getting into this. And so, like, that happened. I felt like I was kind of like outside of it.
Observe
I was like
the metalheads
watching
in
you.
their natural
Yeah.
habitats.
Look at them. Look at all of them. How cute they are. Everybody's here jumping around.
It's about.
Jumping about.
Yeah, there you go.
Anyway, violence is the path of wait, it starts out with saying suffering.
It starts with suffering, ladies and gents.
Violence is the path of survival. Silence is the way to resist.
Mm-hmm. And?
Silence is the way to resist violence? My mind is not putting that together. What does that? It doesn't make any sense to me at all.
Well, real G's move in silence like lasagna.
That's right.
These
How could I
guys
forget?
are from Crystal. They're from Japan. They're a Japanese band.
Oh my goodness. I'm so glad I didn't know that before we started.
I didn't. Why?
I always get nervous with Japanese stuff because of the baby metal and shutting down channels and all of that stuff. So if I would have known that, I would have been more nervous. Because you know how I roll.
Well, we made it. We made it.
Yeah, we did.
They didn't shut us down.
We did, but that other channel got terminated because of them.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Holy Schmitz, holy.
But anyway,
true.
Here we are.
That's true.
And you've been working your magic, so.
Yeah, I've been working my magic, bitches.
Okay, so.
Later, Becky.
Bye. I cannot break these chains. Now I know I'm a slave. And you know what? I really like that. So there's one of the authors of the Bible, because there's a bunch of them. They all worked together over a span of time to put these books together, and it all has the same message. Very interesting. But anyway, so there's this guy. He was like murdering people left and right because he thought that was what he should be doing, and he ends up writing a lot of the Bible. Why are you looking at me?
Yeah, okay.
So anyway, so he says, like, he basically said, like, I'm not going to be a slave to anything. And that was like one of his life missions was not to be a slave to anything. So when this guy said that, I cannot break these chains, now I know I'm a slave, I was like, okay. Because a lot of times people will say, I'm not addicted to this or that thing. I'm not, but they can't stop. It's not both. Either you can break the chains or you can't. So I liked the definitive line that he drew in the sand, and it reminded me of the murderer.
Shaul. Yeah.
Bound by the fear and hate that justify what I have become, obsession. There is no escape. It's death or submission.
Yeah, either you're going to die or you're going to submit to those folks. Which
So
has interesting
this is about
reverberations.
Muslims.
Huh?
And their religion?
Huh? About Muslims and their religion. Wow. I never seen you go after Islam. How dare you?
I know. I knew it. I was like, you know what? It's not going well today anyway, so I'm going to go after your baby. Now what? You want me to say something about Muhammad too?
Sallallahu alayhi wasallam. I'm not a Muslim, so whatever.
Yeah, I know, but you secretly...
I don't secretly anything.
I think that if Jesus just was all of a sudden there was definitive evidence that your religion was incorrect completely start to finish, I feel like, well, I don't know, you'd probably go
How
with
can
Audie.
I be a Muslim if Christianity is wrong start to finish? 75% of Islam is based on Christianity and Judaism.
No, they're right about what they say about Jesus instead of Christianity.
If it was objectively true that was the case?
Yeah, you'd go to Islam.
Then isn't that what you would do?
No. You don't know if it's objectively true. You think that it is. So you're kind of going with it. You still have all those doubts of all the other things that you studied that you're like, that's a problem. Those are all issues.
Well, that's you projecting onto me. I don't have any doubt about
With
that.
Islam, you don't have any doubt about it?
No, well, you said if Christianity could be definitively proven false.
Yeah, Christianity is definitively proven false, and now
Islam
Islam is
truth?
the next thing that you think. But you still have all the doubts that, you see.
But again, 75% of Islam is based.
Yeah,
on
but there's
Christianity.
things about Islam that you're like, that's a problem. You want me to start naming them?
Well, the whole Jesus was never crucified thing is a real problem.
Yeah, but let's say that might be true. But I was gonna say maybe you'd go with Audie and.
No.
But then I realized you never would.
I would absolutely be a
It's
Muslim.
the cow thing.
If it wasn't for all the, I would absolutely be a Muslim.
Yeah, you would. That's what I'm saying. So
But I mean, it does mean submission or death. I mean, that's pretty much what it is.
Yeah.
It's one of the last things that he said. Shout out to the homie. But that's one of the last things he said.
No, it's not. No, are you breathing? Are we slaves to the world? No.
Well, again, there's no escape. It's death or submission. But I think this is probably more about what's happening in our current seats in Laban than it would be about religion or anything like that.
Babe, I was saying that to tease you.
No, I'm just saying though, it does have a current application, right? Because you've got lockdowns, you've got shutdowns, and what our government is telling us is, listen, people are literally dying.
Oh shoot! Do you think that's what it's about?
I mean,
the whole "Are you breathing"
it was written
thing
in July of 2020.
Oh no, that's probably what they're talking about. Are you breathing?
Oh, no. I feel like we're in probably one of the most interesting quandaries in all of human history, because every day it's just like it's another one of these guys. He refused to get vaccinated. He was in the red zone, and all these people were praying for him. And I told you, I said he's gonna die, bro. I said he's gonna die. And, we're Christians, we believe in miracles and such, but I knew that dude was going to die. Mm-hmm. And this guy had, literally thousands of people praying for him. But, but it's one of those things where if you're in the Western world, and these guys are Japanese, but you're kind of primed to not listen to authority. And now you've got the people who are in authority, like the CDC or whatever, lying to us. Now there's chinks in the armor, there's Fauci, there's all this. So now people have a real tangible reason not to trust you. But it's not as extreme as these people are saying it is.
Right.
To the point where it's like, nobody should be vaccinated. Mm-hmm. There are people that should be vaccinated. If you're massively overweight, which this guy was, and you're older and you have respiratory issues, you absolutely should be vaccinated. You should not depend on your immune system here.
I know.
And there's the other thing to me is one conspiracy theory is that this was man-made, created in a lab, genetically engineered in a lab.
Yep.
Which I don't believe is a crazy conspiracy theory.
I don't either.
But on the other hand, they're let your natural immunity deal with it. Well, wait a second. If this was genetically modified whatever...
Oh, no,
then
that's a good
why
point.
would you depend on your natural immunity to deal with it?
You scared me. Hi.
Holy shit,
Thanks.
that's scary as
Thanks,
hell.
buddy.
But like I said, it has clear.
Thank you.
It has clear. Did you get me one? No. Okay.
Yeah, he did. I had him get some for what?
He didn't get me one.
I said 2 peach ones and
Don't
2
worry about
regulars.
it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
You can have some of my peach one.
But I don't know. It's a pretty crazy situation.
Yeah.
Because I understand, and again, I don't think that's what, I don't know if that's necessarily what he's talking about. This to me seems like more of like a, just like a random rebel without a cause almost type of situation.
Who's your master? Break away from the pack of mindless dogs and bite the hand that bleeds you. Are they God? They're not. Disobey. I mean, that seems like it would fit in with everything that's going on. If you're coming from the standpoint of the people that think we shouldn't be listening to the government, and we're like, they're seeing like wearing a mask as a way of you're submitting to the government and what the government is telling you, instead of seeing that if this is a communicable disease and it's about spreading it to each other, then we should do everything we can to prevent it. If we don't have all the data, so let's just do what we can.
People that was against mask wearing to that degree.
Honey, you see these people all over the place.
No, I'm talking about like when the first happened.
Okay.
And everybody was recommending, CDC was recommending masks. There's only one demographic of people that were really trying to make a point out of it. Did you see anybody else doing that? Did you see outside of that demographic of people, did you see anybody else saying, we shouldn't wear masks?
I just have seen people at the store and their reactions, and like if they make them put on a mask, then they pull it down beneath their nose. So it's like,
yeah, it's ridiculous. It's
why are you so fucking petty?
But again, they turned it. But if you look at the lyrics of this song, they turned it into this big, I'm standing up for my rights. This is a mark. This is the mark of the beast. This is a dry run.
Yeah.
The mark of the beast.
Yeah.
It's about compliance to the government. Yada yada yada. And anytime, like, you can make that about anything. I said about the speed limit. You can say, oh, they're telling you how fast to drive your car,
and you're listening.
You're gonna let the government tell you you're inside your own car. That's very personal.
Yeah, you have to pay registration and all that on that vehicle, and they're gonna tell you what to do with it.
It's the same group of people that don't even like the whole. The founding fathers would shoot you if you. But at the same time, I'm listening to Joe Rogan and Dr. not McCullough, Malone. And he was making the argument, and I don't know the specifics for the argument, but he was making the argument that shutdowns, like complete shutdowns, were not a good idea. And so, and now you've got the Delta variant, which was worse than the original, and then whatever. And we saw they did not replicate the shutdowns.
Yeah.
And but at the same time, I'm seeing on the Sun Journal every day, this hospital's overrun, that hospital's overrun. So I'm like, okay, did they not do the shutdowns because they've decided it's not effective? Or did they not do the shutdown because they just could not deal with the political weight of... Because people were driving around with fuck Janet Mills and all this. Mm-hmm. There were big long lines outside of Walmart, and Walmart was losing so much capital, I'm sure... Because of that, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, so was it just like the cumulative weight of capitalism and the political pressure that made it so this time around, maybe every governor was like, yeah, I mean, these people stormed. Oh, was it Michigan? They literally showed up with their AR-15s. They were doing a dry run for January 6th. I mean, they literally showed up with their AR-15s and terrified these people.
Yeah.
And of course, their president at the time said, good job, make a deal. They're good people. They're just angry. Make a deal with them. So, like, I don't know. Like, there's so many variables right now where anybody who's, like, that's why I say, like, I'm skeptical of both sides. The Joe Rogan
I am too.
The Joe Rogan people, they speak with so much, like, I've listened to 6 hours of two... There are two specialists that showed up on Joe Rogan's show. So now all of a sudden you know everything. But on the other side, you got all these people parroting this thing from the CDC and all the rest of it. I'm like, man, I don't know if you're saying... So now I'm like, I have no freaking clue.
And it's like you said, like, shout out to Joe Rogan. I love his stuff. I love his podcast. And when you put it on, I'm always, it's always interesting. But at the same time, he did take that shot. And, the one that everybody was saying, like, it was like, I don't know, like a horse shot or something. Some weird, whatever. Yeah.
Ivermectin.
He took that. So it's like, well, he took that and then he got blasted all over the place for taking it. And everybody was like mocking him and whatever. So then he's got people on his show that are defending that. So it's like, well, that's convenient. You know what I mean? Like, you took it.
I don't
Everybody's
think Ivermectin
defended.
was a shot.
Whatever it was.
Whatever. They were saying it's horse dewormer or whatever.
Yeah,
they were,
right. But then he has people on there like defending that.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, are you having them on the show because that's what you believe to be the truth, or are you trying to defend yourself because you actually did it, or you know what I mean? You want people to know it wasn't as crazy as it sounded.
But he got better. But that's my problem, is that there's so much. You're right. Like, there's so much ego happening on both sides.
Yeah.
Like, and that's why I said, like, when has Joe Rogan ever brought in a specialist that completely disagrees with what Malone and what McCullough is saying? He doesn't do that. It's only Joe Rogan disciples. They're like, oh, he just tells the truth. He has a bias, obviously, and he's got people on here that confirm his bias, and I don't see how that's different from what the mainstream is doing with their biases. So I have no idea, but like, none of this is as simple as if you're following what the government says that you're a sheep, or if you don't follow what the government, you're not a sheep. Like, I don't believe that. Like,
Right.
you know,
Right.
So
Because, you know, really, it takes, like, you could be a sheep in one context, and you could be a sheep in, like, for instance, if the group of people that surround you are all, like, mask wearers, you know, vaxxers, blah, 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 and you don't go along with that, then you're not a sheep in that situation. And if you're surrounded by people that are totally against masking, totally against the vaccination, and you see what I'm saying? Like, it really depends on who you're surrounded with. That depends on where, like, whether you're a sheep or not. Both parties can be a sheep following
that's what I'm saying. It's like, that's what I'm saying. It's like, so you're saying, like, don't be a dog, don't be, you know, whatever. I get it, but I don't even know, like, who exactly to rebel against at this point. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And then
That's
it's
what
like
I'm saying.
submit or die, and it's like, I don't know,
That's what
man.
I'm saying.
I've known people that have died over this shit.
You can say both sides
I
are
have a
sheep.
friend right now who lost somebody very close to him, and he was all on this government conspiracy. He was one of these January 6 people, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
And now he lost somebody very close to him because she wasn't vaccinated, and she was in the red zone.
Yep.
So it's like,
Yep.
I don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that we're good. You know what I'm saying? We're good. We're relatively healthy. We're doing we're doing a lot of time in the sauna. We're got a lot of choline, a lot of zinc, a lot of, like, we're in really, really good shape, but I don't know what everybody else is supposed to do. So it's almost impossible to figure out who to rebel against in this situation. And now it's like, we're playing for points now because people are literally dying, bro.
That would be such a funny, like, little, like, commercially thing, like, of how confusing it is. Like, the person, like, has, like, this rebel gear on because they want to be like a rebel, and then you put on the first person that's talking about how you should be masked and vaccinated, and so they take their mask off and they're not going to get the vaccination, but then the next person's, like, putting all this pressure that people should, so then they actually put the mask on because they want to rebel against the not, you know what I mean? Like, it's just it's a mess.
Yeah. And Adam Keene, I don't know who told you that Middle America got demonetized. I just stopped doing it because I didn't want to jump into the Kyle Rittenhouse and the Arbery situations in 2021. What do you think of the song? The song's a 10 for me.
Oh, well, yeah, it was a 10. It was really... Yeah.
Pick a side about who you're going to rebel against and be angry as hell at them and rebel. Just rebel safely, inshallah.
Metal!
Just rebel safely.
Love your neighbor. Take care of each other.
Yeah, this is a 10. This is a 10 for me.
10s all around.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mike
coming
Franco
back at
gives
you.
it 11. Holy smokes. There you are. Is Master of Reality here?
We're coming back at you with another song called Pizza. Oh, it's going to make us all hungry, maybe.
Vin out.
Sori out.
Gone.